Last spring, I reviewed a product by Rust-Oleum, and it was their Headlight Restoration Kit. And really, to be honest with you, it turned out great. Far better than I could have imagined. Well, 6 months later, the oxidation process started again. They started to yellow, and now that it's a year, man, they need to be redone again. So instead of using that product, I actually went and found another one, and this is by Meguiar's, and this is their Headlight Restoration Kit. That's what we're going to check out in this video, and hopefully it turns out just as well as the Rust-Oleum. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household products. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way, you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's take a closer look at this Meguiar's two-step Headlight Restoration Kit. Here's our Meguiar's two-step Headlight Restoration Kit. This is like the medium level. They do have 3 different levels. There's a severe, moderate, I guess it's the moderate level, or light. So what do we have in here? Well, we have a can of spray. We have a bottle of solution. Then deep in this box, it looks like I have some scouring pads. Let me get those out. All right, so I have 2 of those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through the directions and test this out. So we're supposed to apply this first. I am going to mask off the car just so I don't affect the paint around it. But in a sense, I put a little bit on the scrubbing pad, quarter size, scrub the lights off, wipe them off. Once I get a hazy look, then I'm going to spray on this part and we'll see how it looks at the end. Let's go outside, take a look at our headlight. Our light has been cleaned off, but you can see there's excessive oxidation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my tape and tape around the entire light. That way we don't get any overspray. They're all taped off, at least one tape line. Now I'm going to take step 1, the cleaning solution. I'm going to squeeze a quarter size squeeze on there. Now there was a little tiny lid on the inside of this cap, so I took that off already. So let's squeeze a quarter size on, and that's about right. And now I'm going to start scrubbing left to right because that's what it tells us to do. Go back and forth. All right, let's start over here. It's a good thing that I put that tape on because I've already moved off a little bit. As I find out that I don't have enough of the solution on, I'm going to apply some more. But my goal is to get this covered completely, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a towel to see what kind of a haze I have. I have not applied any more of the solution to the pad. I used that same first application. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe this off. It says wipe it off with a clean towel. And you should see a common or an even haze. I still see some areas that I maybe want to target. So I'm going to do the application one more time. I just finished wiping off the second application, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a damp cloth, wipe this entire lens, so I'm getting the rest of that residue off, and I can already tell it's looking shiny and clean. That's pretty cool. And so I'm wiping it off with this damp cloth, and then I'm going to dry it before I do step 2. Now that I've let this dry, actually during the time it was drying, I did the other headlight, at least the first prep. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the headlight coating. So I've made sure to shake this up. And so the idea is you're supposed to spray it in even sprays. And then with my spray line, just hypothetically, if it went here, then I want to overlap 50%. So my next spray line will overlap some of the top. Now I do have this taped on. I'm hoping it's enough coverage area, but if not, I'll stop and maybe put some paper around. Let's do this. Have you ever tried any of these headlight restoration kits? How did it turn out for you? Did you like it? Not so much? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Looks like I have clear coverage. I'm going to let that dry for about 5 minutes and then put another coat on. Reading through the directions for the headlight coating, they tell you to spray this in a well-ventilated area, and if you happen to get it on your car's paint, to use rubbing alcohol to get it off. But it's just easier to tape off the area and be safe. This has now been drying for 5 minutes. I should say that I am operating in the shade, and when I'm spraying this, I'm sort of putting on like a medium coat, so not too light, but definitely not too heavy. I'm going to put on my second coat here, and then let it dry again to the touch. It should be fine in 5 minutes, and it cures in 24 hours. That should do it. There you have it. Total time took me about 20 minutes, and it's a nice, clear headlight. I do see some imperfections still, but that's to be expected with a headlight that's 11 years old, but it is much cleaner, and the oxidation is gone, and it's much safer at night. In this video, we were looking at Meguiar's Headlight Restoration Kit, where we went from this to this in just about 20 minutes. Now, it's a two-step process. You start on with that cream and the scouring pad, and you go back and forth in an orderly fashion. You wipe it off. You do it 2 or 3 more times, depending on the level of oxidation in your headlights. Then you wipe it down with a damp cloth, dry it, let it dry, and then spray it down 2 times, waiting 5 minutes between, and they look amazing afterward. Now, you should know this is not a permanent thing. It will fade or reoxidize 6-12 months down, so you will have to do it again, but it sure beats buying a new headlight. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I'm not trying to blind you. I just wanted to show you how bright the lights are. Now, if you come up here close, you can still see that there could be some discoloration here. Maybe I could do another coat or two, but I will say the amount of brightness you get from the lights on the road is much brighter now. One huge plus of the Meguiar's over that of the Rust-Oleum is I have a whole lot more of this product left. So I have other lights to do. I have more here. 6 months down the road, I want to reapply. Here I go again. Whereas the Rust-Oleum, I would have had to have bought a completely new set. That's pretty convenient. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of Meguiar's Headlight Restoration Kit. You know what? Early in this video, I referenced the Rust-Oleum Headlight Restoration Kit's review I did last spring. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.